Today we have released the socio-economic development plan for the both upcoming new states, that is Telangana and Andhra Pradesh new. So as you are aware that state is getting divided, it is more or less divided, and the new governments will be coming in, and everybody talking about development of both the regions. So we as a chamber, the FAPCCI, 97 years old, and is responsible in participating both the other side, the government and the trade and commerce and industry, in intervening in the policy making and various industrial promotion activity. So we thought it is our responsibility in guiding both the states by providing basic guidelines of how to develop both the states socio-economically, and that opportunities available in both the states and how it can be done. With that, we have released both the document. There's one for Telangana and one for new Andhra Pradesh. So in which we mentioned how the economic engines can be developed, decentralized growth. We have mentioned in it, and the taking into confidence that the common factors is that once this state is developed, bifurcated, that both the states will be the revenue deficit, and the getting the central government funds historically it's very nominal. But we have seen that 2 decades passed after 3 new states formed. The amount of budget releases to the 3 states is negligible. So considering both the factors, the state governments, the upcoming new both the governments after these elections must stand guarantee for that investors, both the Indian and foreign investors, for getting investments. So this is going to be that key factor. Unless that the upcoming governments with a vision and that experience in running the governments, and that unless they provide a able, stable and that secured, that means that it's not that personal security, it's the security both in terms of the state as well, and also that security for the investors. So this is going to the crux of that this thing. But otherwise, if you take that both the states, except that coastal corridor which Seemandhra has, that roughly around 1,000 kilometers. Other than that, both the states has that opportunity of developing agriculture from present percentage of 3 to 4 to doubling the growth rate. At least the 4 to 5 districts in each state have that agriculture potentiality, and we have that vast hill stations wherein that we have to the products which we come out in that must be processed for the value addition for both Indian requirement and the global export process. And there is the opportunity of agricultural allied products development, that means commercial crafts, value addition like that cotton to textile, and like mirchi and all these things for the value addition products, and the food processing. For these things to have, we require to have cold storages at the source. This is the agricultural allied products, because still at around 65 to 70% of the population, both the states depending on the agriculture. So this is going to be continuous, because the basic value addition took place in agriculture. So that's one. And we have the very good mining in both the states. So we need to add the mining, rather exporting ores. We have to convert into the value addition products both for the Indian and global needs. That's where the economy you can create. And it's coming to that industry, we have both the regions. We have, for example, if you take the Telangana, we have manufacturing, that means we have the pharma and the bulk drug, the very good presence, and we have the aerospace and other and Medak, Jairabad area, automobile industry is coming up. These are the sectors which we need to focus and strengthen further. Similarly, we have an opportunity, the naval products, and you have that ISRO, the presence is there. And we have that missile launching facility can come up, and we have that already Tada area we can develop as a consumer and automobile industry, and taking an advantage of Bangalore close by Anantapur can be developed as aerospace and electronics goods manufacturing, because the present what amount of money we are spending on oil import, electronics import will surpass this. So we need to plan how to minimize that electronics good imports to India, so that we can focus in the new Andhra Pradesh. This is how we have agriculture I talked about, and industrial and agriculture led products. We have that very good opportunity. And coming back to the service industry, that's IT enable, one of the major revenues in the United States. We have that equal can generate equal opportunities in both the states, because Hyderabad ITR announced and Visakhapatnam ITR is announced. So electronics and ITIR and IT enabled services is going to that this thing. But looking at that global economies and GDP, to have a sustainable GDP growth, manufacturing sector contribution from present AP around 10 to 11 and national around 15 to 16, that was geared up to 25% as it was set in the Government of India, the Planning Commission. So opportunities are there, the manufacturing sector and service sector. But all this to happen, we need to develop that critical infrastructure, that is basic road and rail and port and sea, airport and seaports connectivity. It's not that a state should not have more than 1, 2, but it required a 3, 4. When you are looking at the huge economic growth, the connectivity for the localized people, not for the state capital, it is for the center, Delhi and that elsewhere. For that, you need to have a multiple airports, and we have that coastal Andhra seaport must be utilized for both the states for exporting goods, because Seamandhra to be export oriented growth, and this we have already software exports and all. Both the states can contribute the huge revenues for the national GDP. And we need to focus on cold storages, because the agricultural products we are talking about, airports we spoke about. Then on that, so that one is there is an opportunities in both the states. We have the marine products, PCPR in that Godavari districts, textile in both the states. So all that to happen, what we required investments. So as we discussed earlier, we both the states with revenue deficit and central government funds will not come. The opportunity of the majorly we have to invest on investors. We should get the national and global investors. For that to come, the respective government must act as a collateral, facilitate. So the whole issue here will be governments are going to come up after elections. So unless we get that the governments with the vision and the commitment and the development oriented, and have that provide that the stable and secured government. So this is more important. This will be the collateral for the investors. So such is the governments required. What is the party? But party which is coming up in both the states will have this vision and the commitment for the development. It's not the development that industry, it is the socio-economic development. So unless until the focus is on socio-economic, otherwise that uncertainty will be prevailed. Again there will be a fighting for this reason is not developed, that reason is not developed. So to have a decentralized, integrated socio-economic growth, opportunities are there. That upcoming governments must have that vision and commitment. This is going to be the crux of the issue. So that's what it is required. That's what we released that document as a responsible organization. Immediately we will be forwarding this to the respective political parties, though it is late, but it is not that their election manifesto we prepared it. It is for that the region development, and FAPCCI will be continue to serve its services to both the states, because we have the brand image throughout the globe. Even the remote country in the Middle East or any other, they saying the FAPCCI has a connectivity and image. So we want to leverage this, the image of the FAPCCI for both the states. So we will be continue to serve our services both the states.